My beloved child, breathe for a moment. Heaven has drawn you here with purpose, not by chance. God is leaning close, whispering your name with urgency, and Archangel Michael stands behind you with a shield of light raised high. You may think you simply scrolled onto this message, but the truth is far deeper. Something was forming around you that you were never meant to face alone, and this moment is heaven's intervention. For days, maybe even weeks, you felt the shift, those sudden waves of restlessness, the heaviness in your chest, the uneasiness you dismissed as fatigue. Your sleep changed, your intuition sharpened. You paused at random moments without knowing why. These weren't accidents. These were divine signals. Gentle warnings trying to redirect your steps before something could reach you that was never meant for your spirit. As you listen, feel the air change slightly. That tension lifting from your shoulders? That's Michael's presence. He has stepped between you and an unseen disruption that was quietly aligning itself with your life. Not a tragedy, not destruction, but a confusion so deep it would have shaken your peace, clouded your clarity, and pushed you into choices you would later regret. Heaven refused to let that happen. You are being pulled back into alignment, my beloved child. A door that once kept you stuck open, waiting, draining you, has been closed by divine hands. That's why part of you suddenly feels like you can breathe again. You weren't imagining the pressure that weighed on you. Something in your energy field was shifting, and heaven had to intervene before you walked blindly into the emotional fallout created by someone else's instability, fear, or indecision. God is reminding you that your soul is far more sensitive than your mind admits. You feel spiritual storms before they appear. You sense emotional danger before it manifests. And this time heaven confirmed what your intuition already knew. Something needed to be blocked, redirected, or removed. Take this moment in. You are safe. You are protected. You are being guided through a transition you didn't even fully understand you were entering. There is a reason your breath deepens as you hear this. A reason your heart feels more present. A reason your spirit feels as if it's paying closer attention. Archangel Michael is lifting a weight off you, an invisible heaviness you carried, because someone around you has been walking with confused intentions or unpredictable energy. Not because they wished you harm, but because their chaos was spilling outward, reaching toward your path. Heaven has stopped that ripple from touching you. You are now stepping into a moment where clarity replaces confusion. Peace replaces tension. Divine timing replaces unexpected detour. There is a shift happening in the unseen realms right now. Your energy is being recalibrated. Your timeline is being rewritten. What was meant to drain you has been intercepted, and what was meant to elevate you is moving closer with every breath you take. You may feel warmth in your chest, a softness in your shoulders, or a quiet calm around your thoughts. That is heaven adjusting your energy, preparing you for what comes next. Michael's sword is raised not in battle, but in protection, cutting ties to cycles that have repeated far too long. Cycles of giving too much, carrying burdens that were never yours, trusting souls who were not aligned with your destiny, and tolerating situations that dimmed your inner light. This chapter of your life is closing now, gracefully and intentionally. Another is opening with remarkable precision. You are entering a period where your intuition will speak louder, your emotions will feel clearer, and your decisions will carry a new level of confidence. The fog that hung over your spirit is lifting. The confusion that once clouded your choices is dissolving. Heaven is placing you onto a timeline where alignment flows naturally and blessings approach without resistance. If you feel a pull in your spirit right now, that is heaven confirming you are exactly where you were meant to be. And as you listen, I want you to breathe one more time slowly, gently, fully, because what comes next in your journey is not fear, not uncertainty, but revelation, a turning point, a shift designed only for souls who choose to stay aligned with the voice of heaven. As you move forward, allow your heart to remain open. Allow your intuition to rise. And if this message resonates, if your spirit feels seen, protected, or awakened, know that it is not by accident. Heaven guides people through signs, synchronicities, and messages that reach them at the exact second they are needed. Let your spirit stay connected. Let your heart stay awake. And if you feel called, you may bless this message by liking or subscribing so it reaches more souls who desperately need divine clarity today. Your engagement becomes a ripple of healing, not just for you, but for others heaven is trying to reach. Stay close for a moment, my beloved child. Something is opening for you right now. Quietly, gently. And heaven is ready to show you what has been approaching your life without you even realizing it. Something has already changed around you, even if you can't see it yet. Heaven has quietly rearranged the pieces of a situation that would have sent you into confusion, worry, or emotional exhaustion. A conversation that was forming behind your back, a decision someone was about to make without thinking. A careless choice that would have spilled into your life. These things are now being redirected. Archangel Michael is showing me a path that once split in two. On one side, confusion, delays, emotional storms that weren't even yours. On the other, clarity, elevation, and divinely guided peace. Your spirit has just been moved toward the path of clarity. In the next 72 hours, small signs will start appearing, quietly but powerfully. You may feel a sudden desire to pause instead of react. You may sense that certain people or situations no longer feel right for you. You may notice that your heart resists going back into patterns you once tolerated. This is not resistance. This is protection. You are being guided away from what would have drained your spirit. Someone in your energy field, someone you care about or trust more than you should, has been walking with confusion in their spirit. Their fear, their emotional instability, or their indecision was on the verge of reaching into your life and shaping your future in ways you did not deserve. Heaven has seen where that road leads, and heaven has stepped in. You were never meant to carry the consequences of someone else's storm. So now, a gentle separation is forming. You may notice distance. You may feel less pulled to engage in certain conversations. You may lose interest in certain dynamics that once kept you emotionally hooked. Do not chase what heaven is quietly removing. Do not reopen the doors that have been softly closed. This distance is not rejection, it is redirection. It is preparation for a life that no longer revolves around damage control. As this shift unfolds, your inner world will begin to feel different. The tightness in your chest that once appeared without reason will slowly loosen. The racing thoughts and random waves of fear will settle. You will start noticing longer moments of peace, clarity, and emotional stability. This is how you'll know the storm has been intercepted. But heaven is not just taking something away. Heaven is making room. As the energy that once drained you begins to fade, something new starts moving toward you. Something gentler, stronger, more aligned with who you are becoming. A blessing traveling toward your life has been waiting for space to land. Now that your field is clearing, that blessing is finally able to move. For some, this blessing will appear as an opportunity. For others, it will be a conversation, a realization, or a breakthrough in something that felt stuck. For many, it will come as a person, someone whose spirit has been prepared to meet yours. This soul is not sent to repeat your past. They are sent to honor your future. You have spent so long navigating unstable energy that your nervous system has almost forgotten what calm belonging feels like. You've been trained by experience to wait for disappointment, to question sincerity, to brace yourself for the next letdown. Heaven has watched you carry strength without applause, love without equal return, effort without genuine partnership. That season is ending. A connection is being guided toward you that does not mirror your wounds, but reflects your healing. This person's presence will not feel like chaos. It will feel like home. Their energy will not confuse you. It will calm you. You will not have to beg for clarity, confirmation, or respect. It will be given freely. You will know them not only by how they speak, but by how your spirit feels in their presence. When they come into your life, your mind may try to question it at first. Old defenses may rise. You may feel tempted to compare them to what you've already survived, but your spirit will recognize the difference. Your heart will exhale in a way it hasn't in a long time. This is heaven's signature. Peace first, then confirmation. Before this connection fully steps into your experience, you will notice a sacred pattern. A softness will come over your days. You will feel more grounded, more sure, more present. You will find yourself healing in ways you didn't even know you needed. Unfinished emotional cords will begin to dissolve. Attachments to people who couldn't show up for you will feel weaker. Your standards will rise not from ego, but from self-respect. This is how heaven prepares you to receive someone who matches your elevation. You are not being asked to chase, to prove, or to beg for this blessing. You are being asked to align with it, to hold your energy in peace, to honor your intuition when it says no to what once tempted you, to trust that the same hand that blocked unnecessary pain is also capable of guiding love, support, and true partnership into your world. As this transformation unfolds, pay attention to the subtle ways your reality shifts. You may wake up one morning with unusual clarity about a decision you've been postponing. You may release something or someone in peace, without drama or resentment. You may suddenly understand why certain doors had to close and why certain people had to leave. This understanding is not just emotional, it is spiritual. It is heaven saying, "Now you see what we were protecting you from. Now you see what we are protecting you for." And as you come into that awareness, your energy becomes magnetic. Aligned blessings gravitate toward you. Misaligned energies slip away. Situations that once drained you no longer find access to your space. You are not the same person you were when the heaviness first began. You are wiser now, stronger now, more awake to your worth now. If these words resonate deeply, if you feel that inner yes rising in your chest, honor that. It is your spirit recognizing truth. It is your intuition confirming that heaven has been moving behind the scenes all along. Pause for a moment and let gratitude sit in your heart, not just for what is coming, but for what never reached you, for the storms you were guided away from, for the traps you never walked into, for the confusion that never became your reality. And if your heart feels grateful, if your spirit feels lighter, you may choose to like, save, or share this message so it continues flowing to other souls who are standing at the edge of the same turning point. In doing so, you become part of the divine chain that carries protection and clarity forward. You are not alone in this journey. Heaven is closer than ever. Archangel Michael is still standing behind you, watching, guarding, and guiding as the next 72 hours begin to open in a way you are finally ready to receive. Feel the quiet shift happening inside you, my beloved child. Your intuition is rising. Your clarity is sharpening. Your emotions are becoming steadier. This isn't random. This is alignment. You are stepping into a space where heaven can finally speak to you without the noise of old patterns drowning out your inner voice. For the first time in a long time, your spirit isn't just surviving, it's awakening. Archangel Michael is standing beside you in full guardianship, ensuring that nothing meant for your past follows you into your future. You may feel a warmth on your skin, or a sudden lightness in your breath as you read this. That is His presence. Heaven is repositioning you onto a timeline where blessings flow more naturally and emotional storms lose their access to you. In this new energetic space, you will notice something powerful. You are no longer drawn to what drains you. You no longer feel obligated to carry what isn't yours. You no longer tolerate chaos disguised as connection. This is spiritual maturity. This is growth. This is the elevation heaven has been preparing you for. As this elevation unfolds, your perspective will begin to shift. You'll see people more clearly, not with judgment, but with discernment. You'll recognize who feeds your spirit and who fractures it. You'll understand who is aligned with your evolution and who belongs to chapters that have already served their purpose. And as this clarity strengthens, you will feel something else: peace. A deep, grounding peace you haven't experienced in far too long. This peace arrives before the blessing, because heaven always prepares your heart to receive what is good, stable, and aligned. Turbulence cannot hold what destiny brings. Confusion cannot coexist with clarity. That's why your life has been quietly rearranged. That's why certain paths suddenly stopped working. That's why your old emotional patterns felt harder to access. You are no longer being shaped by fear. You are being shaped by purpose. And because of this, heaven is sending a shift into your life, a shift so gentle yet powerful that it will feel like a new beginning growing from the inside out. You will start noticing small but meaningful changes. Your mornings will feel lighter. You may wake up without the heaviness you used to carry. Your thoughts will become clearer. Decisions that once caused anxiety will suddenly feel simple. Your spirit will feel protected. Things that used to upset you will lose their power. Your boundaries will strengthen effortlessly, not because you're defensive, but because you finally understand your worth. And then, when your heart is steady, something beautiful will step into your life. A connection divinely timed, divinely guided, and divinely aligned. This person carries a calm that matches your spirit. Their energy feels safe, familiar, grounding, almost as if you've known each other in lifetimes before this one. They are not entering your life to repeat old cycles. They are entering to help you rise into the version of yourself that heaven has been shaping quietly, patiently, lovingly. Their presence will feel like home. You won't need to question whether they care. You won't need to decode mixed signals. You won't feel drained after speaking with them. Instead, you will feel seen truly, deeply seen, understood in ways you've longed for but rarely experienced, supported without asking, appreciated without conditions, chosen without confusion. Heaven has delayed this connection for a reason, not to punish you but to prepare you, not to withhold but to align. You had to release the energies that were dimming your spirit. You had to heal the parts of you that thought chaos was normal. You had to strengthen your intuition so you could recognize real alignment when it arrived. And now finally you are ready. Before this person appears fully in your reality, heaven will send you signs. These signs are gentle confirmations that the blessing is approaching and that your spirit is aligned to receive it. Here are the signs you will notice. A sudden inner calm. It will come without explanation. One moment you'll feel heavy, the next you'll feel as if something inside you just released. This is heaven, softening the space where the blessing will land. An intuitive pull. You may feel guided toward a thought, a message, a place, or a decision. You may see repeating numbers, names, or synchronicities that feel too meaningful to ignore. These are heaven's breadcrumbs. A shift in your surroundings. Opportunities move. People return, transformed, or new connections appear unexpectedly. Doors open without effort. This is divine timing aligning itself. When these signs appear, do not doubt them. Do not dismiss them. Do not overthink them. Heaven is not testing you. Heaven is guiding you. And anything guided from above arrives with grace, not confusion. The moment this connection enters your life, something profound begins. Your next 72 hours will start rearranging themselves in your favor. Here is what will change. You'll feel emotionally lighter. You'll gain clarity on decisions you've avoided. You'll release attachments that once felt impossible. You'll experience peace where chaos once lived. You'll feel a sense of direction that no longer wavers. This is not coincidence. This is divine orchestration. The blessing you've been preparing for is closer than you think. The connection heaven is guiding toward you carries purpose. Your life is about to expand in ways you didn't believe were possible. And if your spirit feels that truth even slightly, trust it. It means your soul is recognizing the new timeline unfolding before you. Take a breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart open gently. You are not just stepping into a new chapter. You are stepping into a divinely aligned chapter. A chapter where you are supported. A chapter where you receive without fear. A chapter where God's timing finally makes sense. And if your heart feels grateful, if your soul feels seen, you may choose to tap like or subscribe, not out of pressure, but because your engagement becomes a channel that carries this same message of protection and hope to other souls who need it just as desperately as you once did. Your elevation is already in motion. Your blessing is already on its way. And heaven is guiding every step with intentional love. You're ready for the final unfolding. Take a slow breath, my beloved child. You've walked through the heaviness, through the warnings, through the spiritual realignment, and now you are standing at the threshold of the new chapter. Heaven has been preparing for you all along. Everything you felt rising inside your spirit, the calm, the clarity, the soft inner knowing, is confirmation that Archangel Michael has completed the work of clearing your path. What comes next is not uncertainty. It is transformation. In the days ahead, you will begin to notice something powerful. Life will start responding to you differently. Situations that once felt stagnant will begin to shift. Conversations that once drained you will lose their influence. People who once caused confusion will fade quietly out of your energy, and in their place, opportunities, clarity, and emotionally aligned connections will begin flowing toward you with surprising ease. This is the divine exchange, where heaven removes what burdens you and replaces it with what blesses you. This is why your spirit feels strangely calm right now. This is why your mind feels clearer. This is why your intuition feels louder than it has in months. You have stepped out of an old timeline and into a new one. And this new timeline will be marked by something sacred. Your intuition will speak with a sharpness that cannot be ignored. You will sense truth instantly. You will feel guided in unmistakable ways. You will know without doubt what aligns with your destiny and what does not. This clarity is not temporary. It is your divine inheritance activating. In this elevated state, you will also feel heaven's protection more deeply than ever before. Moments that once triggered fear will now trigger confidence. Situations that once created confusion will now create direction. People who once disrupted your peace will no longer have access to your energy. You are becoming unshakable not by force, but by divine alignment. And with this alignment, something extraordinary begins to unfold. There is a blessing approaching your life that will feel like the final piece of a puzzle sliding into place. A blessing that will touch your emotions, your relationships, your stability, and your sense of purpose. A blessing that will make you say, "Now I understand why everything had to happen the way it did." This blessing may arrive as a person whose energy feels like home, an opportunity that restores your confidence, a realization that sets you free, a sudden shift that moves you forward, a message or door opening that felt impossible before. And when it comes, it will not be subtle. It will feel unmistakably divine. It will feel perfectly timed. It will feel like heaven itself stepping into your life. But perhaps the most powerful change will be internal. You will stop settling. You will stop doubting your worth. You will stop giving energy to what does not grow you. You will stop shrinking yourself to make space for people who cannot rise with you. This transformation is not about becoming harder. It's about becoming clearer. You are stepping into a version of yourself who understands. I do not chase what is drifting away. I do not fear what heaven removes. I attract what is aligned with my soul. The moment this truth settles into your heart, your entire reality shifts. Your days begin to feel lighter. Your decisions become easier. Your relationships become more meaningful. Your spirit becomes more grounded. And then, almost like divine poetry, the blessing meant for you arrives. You will know it by the peace it brings. You will know it by the clarity it carries. You will know it by the way your intuition whispers, "This is safe. This is real. This is aligned." Archangel Michael wants you to hold on to this truth. You are protected. You are guided. You are chosen. You are being positioned for something that was always meant for you. There is no need to fear the next 72 hours. They are not hours of danger. They are hours of awakening, rebuilding, and receiving. Heaven is not warning you anymore. Heaven is welcoming you into the life that was waiting behind the doors that have now finally closed. As you move forward, remember this. When peace appears in your life suddenly, it is not random. When clarity rises without explanation, it is not coincidence. When your spirit feels calm for no reason, it is heaven signaling that the blessing has arrived. And when this blessing unfolds, when your days begin to feel lighter, when your heart begins to open again, when the right person or opportunity steps into your life with timing too perfect to question, you will understand that none of this happened by accident. This was divine alignment. This was protection. This was destiny stepping into place. And you, my beloved child, were guided to every moment of it. If your spirit feels lifted, if your heart feels steadier, if something inside you whispers, "This was for me," honor that inner knowing. It means heaven reached you today, exactly as intended. And if you feel called, you may bless this message by liking, sharing, or subscribing, not as an obligation, but as an offering that allows more souls to receive the protection and clarity you were given. Your new chapter has already begun. Walk into it with confidence. Heaven is with you now and always.